All right, what's up, everybody? I hope everyone is doing well. For the first time ever, we are here in my 2014 Honda Civic Si. It's been a while since I've posted a video about this car. I'm not going to be reviewing it today, but I am going to be talking a little bit about my bags, basically reviewing them now that I've had them for 6 months. I'm going to tell you guys my thought about air suspension, how I like it, if there's anything I dislike, and basically, is it worth it? And we're going to be talking a little bit about the big debates in the car scene, bags or coilovers. So just going to go for a drive, talk a little bit about what's it like to be on air suspension. Is it worth the money? Because it definitely is a pricey product. And just basically how I've liked it over the past 6 months, and if I regret buying them, all that stuff. So first thing I want to talk about is money. Air suspension is expensive. I mean, definitely it's very expensive suspension. Me personally, I went with airlift. So I have airlift performance suspension with 3P management. So with the 3P management, I did do a quick little walk around on how to use it, the whole Bluetooth 3P management in one of my previous videos. So if you guys are curious on that, just check that out. But basically with the 3P management, you get this cool little iPod looking controller where you can control your bags. I can adjust each bag one by one, air all the way up, speed, bump and driveway height, riding height, parking height, and air all the way down. And I also get Bluetooth, which means this basically appears on my phone, on my iPhone or Android. You download the Airlift app, and basically you can control the bags off your phone, which is very nice. So you get that in the 3P and the 3H management systems. You don't get it in the V2. The V2 is a little more older of a system. It's still good, but I definitely recommend spending the extra couple $100 to get the Bluetooth management, and you get this nicer controller. And definitely, whenever you're buying anything, you want to go with the newest product. I mean, yeah, everyone wants to save a little bit of money, but go with the newest product, because that's going to be the more proof of, not messing up or nothing going wrong with it. It's the better foolproof system. It's the newest. It's the most updated. So it's always better to go with the newer product than and not cheaping out and going with the older product. I definitely always want to be up to date with everything. So getting a little bit away from that, convenience factor. It is so convenient to be on air suspension. This light is taking forever. But anyways, it is so convenient to be on air suspension. It is pricey, but I definitely think it's worth every penny. I was on coilovers for about a year, and I hated scraping my exhaust, my front lip, especially if you have a painted front lip and the paint chips off and all that stuff. I go to my girlfriend's house just about every day, and there's a very annoying speed bump in her neighborhood that I would have to go through every time, and every time I would go over that speed bump, scrape my exhaust and my front lip, which I hated. So now with bags, simply just press the button and air up, go over the speed bump, no problems, no worries, no scraping, no nothing. And then once I'm over it, air down. So it's very nice, very simple, and you don't have to worry about things like scraping or rubbing or anything like that. Especially when you're going on a long trip, it's really nice to have bags so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. For example, I live in Northern Virginia. Me and my girlfriend went over to Ocean City, which is about a 3.5 hour drive, not too long ago in this car. It was the first time I had taken this car over there on bags. I had gone over there on coilovers, and I hated it. It was awful. It was the coilovers were really bouncy because they were really stiff. They weren't the stiffest out there, but they were definitely stiff. And basically, I didn't like it. It wasn't a comfortable ride. It wasn't an enjoyable ride. Very bouncy, very stiff. And I basically couldn't wait to get there. Now, on bags, I went back, and the drive was, it was awesome. It was comfy. I had fun driving the car over there. I had fun cruising over there. The ride on bags is very nice. A couple weeks ago, my friend drove this car. He's on BC coilovers with high spring rates, and he says that when he drove this car, it felt amazing. It felt like he was on a cloud. So definitely the ride quality on bags is a lot better than on coilovers. It feels a lot better. It's a lot more comfortable. So you do get that. And you also get the convenience of being able to air up and air down. Let's say when you go to a car meet or a car show, you can air out, your car looks awesome, and then when you're driving, you don't have to worry about scraping or rubbing or any of that stuff. So basically, I've had the air suspension for 6 months now, and I really have no complaints. I haven't had any problems with it. I got it installed back in February, so we're in August now. No complaints. The bags have done me very good. The only inconvenience that I did go through was that Airlift was out of stock of the controllers because they didn't have any of the glass that they used to make the controllers. So I had to wait like 4 to 5 months to finally receive my controller. So I was basically using my bags with my phone, which is kind of annoying because sometimes it wouldn't always connect, or it would connect, and then when I wanted to get out of the app and then I wanted to go back into the app, it wouldn't always like connect right away, so that was annoying. But I finally got my controller and I couldn't be happy. I couldn't be any happier. So I mean, I'm definitely really happy with my bags. It's pricey, I'll be honest. I had coilovers first because I couldn't afford bags. But like I said in my previous video on how do I afford all this stuff, if you guys want to go watch that too, I explain how I afford bags, how I afford buying car parts for this, how I afford paying my Focus. So I explain all of that in the previous video. But I do make more money now, and I was able to get bags, and it's always been a goal for me to have my car on bags, and I finally was able to get to that goal, and I'm completely satisfied. I'm completely happy. I'm in love with them. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about bags or coilovers. You know, people always ask, bags or coilovers, which one's better? Which one do you think I should get? Well, first off, Jesus Christ, that was big bump. All right, so first off, you got to think about what's your budget. I mean, coilovers, they range from, I mean, you can get cheap knockoff coilovers for like $400 to $500 up to like $2,000 coilovers. So my coilovers were around the $1,000 range, and they were good coilovers. I had no complaints, and I still have them too. They're sitting in my basement in case I'll ever need them, or in case I want to ever throw them back on and get rid of the bags, whatever. But I mean, basically it's about budget, and it's basically, I guess, about what you're going for with your car. I mean, if you're going for a more showy VIP type of style with your car, your build, then get bags if you have the money for it. But if you're going for a performance setup, if you're going for like a track type of car, or a car that you're going to be boosting or run a lot of horsepower with, I think coilovers is the right setup for you. I mean, I'm not saying that bags aren't good for performance cars. They definitely are. Bags are really high tech nowadays, and they can definitely be a good option for performance cars. And I know there's lots of videos on YouTube that prove bags can be used and do perform well on high performance cars. But I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I think for sporty and high performance cars, I would have coilovers, and then for more VIP showy types of cars, I'd go with the bags option. So I mean, this is the SI. It's not the fastest car out there, and this car is more of a VIP type of build, so I did go with the bags. And if I was going to be boosting this car or something like that, then I would have coilovers. But so I mean, I personally think that whether you should get bags or coilovers depends on what type of build you're going with, and I also think it depends on, do you have the money for it? I mean, I definitely don't recommend getting a cheap set of coilovers. Definitely always go with a good brand of anything you get for your car. Never buy anything cheap for your car. I can't emphasize that enough. It's better to buy a good part for whatever you're buying for your car the first time than buying something cheap and then having to fix that or repair that, and then you'll just end up spending more money on the long run. So I mean, I know people that don't have a lot of money at first and want to get into the car scene, want to start modifying their car right away, but save up some money and buy good parts. Don't cheap out and buy, you know, cheap parts or anything like that, because you're gonna regret it and you're gonna wish you got a good part in the first place. And you know, I know people that have done done it and they regret buying the, going with the cheaper parts, the cheaper brand or whatever, definitely save your money and buy good parts for your car. Take care of your car, buy good things for it. It's a better way to take care of your car. But anyways, getting a little bit away from that, I can talk about that later in a future video. Bags or coilovers. I personally like coilovers for my use of my vehicle. I think they're really convenient. I had the money for it, so I was able to buy them. And ever since I saw my first car, the first car ever in person air out, I was like, oh, I need that. And I worked for it, and I finally got them. I couldn't be happier. I love pulling up to a car meet or a car show, pressing the button, and psh, airs out, perfect fitment and everything. It's an awesome thing to have. But there's always going to be the people that are going to prefer either one or the other. I personally like both. I personally think that depending on what you're going for with your car, that's what you should get. So if you guys have any questions on bags or coilovers, what you should get, or or if you're not too sure, if you guys want to see or if you guys have any questions about my setup, feel free to comment below. After 6 months of owning my car on bags, I'll definitely have to say that I'm completely satisfied with it. I have absolutely no complaints. I haven't had any problems at all whatsoever. So you'll definitely be happy with it, whether you go coilovers or bags. But if you do have the money for bags and you end up spending the money and getting bags, I guarantee you that you'll be happy with it. There's nothing like having bags. It's really comfortable. It's very convenient. It is pricey, but at the end of the day, I personally think it's worth every penny. So that kind of wraps it up. That's all for this video. I'm gonna be reviewing this car soon. I'm not reviewing it today, like I said, but in the next couple of days I will be reviewing this car, so stay tuned for that. Sorry. So stay tuned for that. In the next couple of days, that video is going to be coming up. So hit that like button on this video for me, show me some support, and hit that subscribe button for me too. Look forward to that video. And if you guys have any questions or on how to use the 3P or 3H management, I posted a video of that a couple months ago, so you can check that out as well. But anyways, yeah, hit the subscribe button for me. I've got a couple of cool videos coming very shortly for you all. So anyways, that kind of wraps it up for this video, and until next time, peace out.